Today I'm making chicken pot pie, and what you'll need is pie crust, either homemade or I buy the store brand, a can of cream of mushroom soup and cream of chicken soup. I'm going to throw 1 stalk of celery in there today, some chicken base, 4 medium-sized potatoes, and whatever vegetables. I prefer corn and peas, but if you like carrots in yours, green beans, put it in there by all means. I've got 3 boneless, skinless chicken breasts cooking in a pan of water with 2 tablespoons of chicken base in there for added flavor, and cook those all the way through till they're done, and then you'll shred that up. If you had fried chicken and you have a bunch left over, pull the skin off, debone it, and use that chicken. Or you could go by your local market and buy a rotisserie chicken, pull the skin off, and just debone it, and there you have you can skip the cooking part. It'll speed it up. You're going to want to preheat your oven to 350, and depending on how long you bake it, it depends on how brown you want your crust. We like our crust a little lighter, so I'll bake mine about 30 minutes. But if you like a browner crust, you may want to bake it 45. You'll just have to watch it. The first thing we're going to do is I've drained my peas and my corn, and I've got them in my pan. I'm going to use 1/4 cup of onion, and I'm going to cube up these potatoes that I've peeled and washed, and I'll put them in water and a couple of tablespoons of the chicken base for flavoring, and I'll let them cook until the potatoes are almost tender. They don't have to be completely done because you are going to put them in your oven and bake them. So I'd say a good 10 or 15 minutes will be fine. Alright, I've got my potatoes peeled. I've got the onion, the celery, my corn and my peas in this saucepan, and I've got just covered with water and my 2 tablespoons of chicken base and just maybe 1/4 teaspoon of poultry seasoning, which is optional. I just want that chicken flavor to be, cooked in there. It's just so delicious. I think you'll like it. So like I said, we're going to let these cook for about 15 minutes, get things nice and started getting tender, and then we'll pop it in the oven to finish cooking. I've got my chicken cooked. I've got it shredded up, and I've set it to the side. I also have my vegetables. They're cooked, and I've drained the water off of them, and I'm going to put this in a large bowl. And to my vegetables, I'm going to add my soups. That's 1 can of mushroom soup, 1 can of cream of chicken soup, I'm going to stir those up. Get it all blended in there real well. I'm going to add some pepper. Pepper to taste, so I'm going to add about a teaspoon, maybe a little more. We like pepper. Add a little more. And I'm going to add my chicken in. Stir it in there, get it all blended in with all the soups and the vegetables. Oh, that smells so good. Also, I've retained the broth from where I cooked my chicken, and I'm going to add 2 or 3 tablespoons of that into my chicken pot pie. That broth is just wonderful. You could probably keep this for a day or 2 if you were going to make chicken noodle soup or something, and you could use that. It'd be delicious, and it's so much better than buying the stuff in the box. That stuff's great. I use it all the time, but if I can get fresh, it's better. Okay, now I'm going to stir that in. Looks like a lot, don't it? Alright, now we're ready to move on to our crust. I've got a 2-quart casserole dish, and my pie crust is not going to fit exactly right, so I'm going to be cutting and chopping around to get it to fit the way I need it to. I'm going to add a little bit of flour to this. I have sprayed my dish down, and I'll put this side down to the bottom. These crusts are great. Just sort of press that together there, and it'll seal up and bake like it, just like it's supposed to. Now the top won't cover completely. Okay, so for the top crust, we're gonna have to cut it to finish covering the bottom of the bowl or our casserole dish, which is not a problem because you'll have plenty left for the top crust. Let's see, let's get it. I'm gonna cut just about this much, and I'm just gonna attach it over here just by pushing it, the seam. Basically, I'm just pushing this seam down in here. Where I'm trying to get the two pieces to go together, you just sort of smash it with your finger, and the moisture from your crust will keep it sticking. Whoop. Oh, that's close. Alright, I need just a little bit more, and I'll put it right here. Alright, so this on the outside, I'm going to cut it down. Basically, we'll just put some crust on the top and do what we can. Alright, we're ready to put your pie, all our goodies inside there. Build it right up. Okay, so the crust that's left, we'll just sort of lay across the top any way we can get it. Now if you want a pretty pie and you make your own crust, you know, you can have it fit completely. But this works for me. It's quick, it's easy. Pop me a little few holes in there, and I'll put a dab of maybe a tablespoon of butter on top of here, pop it in my oven for until you want however brown you want your crust. That is up to every individual how they want it. Like, we like ours a little bit lighter, so I won't cook mine but maybe 30 minutes. And there we go. Let's get them in the oven. It's been 30 minutes and my chicken pot pie is done. And as you can see, ours is not real dark. That's the way we like it. If you like yours crust cooked longer, just leave it in the oven longer. It smells great. I can't wait to eat it. You can find this recipe and others at www.carolseasycooking.com.